Welcome everyone to your next 3 months reading. In this reading I'm going to do one for each sign, and it's going to be the energies for the next 3 months. So that's October, November and December. Now they're just going to be little quick readings as far as I'm aware, of course. Once I start, that can always change, but just to give a bit of insight all up front, and then you can watch this video with the monthly videos and just get a bigger picture of how the energies might be playing out for you. Now, I was fine as I was preparing for this reading, but as I sat down to start, I got a really croaky voice. I can feel it starting to dissipate a little bit, but it keeps coming back. Now, I don't have a cold. I did pause to see if maybe the croaky voice was my own energy, but I have a feeling that it's come about to acknowledge that I think the majority of us are blocked going into the next 3 months. So there is some aspect of our life, of ourselves, that we are blocking, or that we're not willing to look at, or that for some we can't see yet. It might just be a feeling, but we just don't know what that feeling is linked to. And I start my readings always with Aries and then work through to Pisces. So I get the feeling, we'll see if I get croaky, if I stay croaky throughout the readings, but it might just be that as the readings progress, I might get less croaky, I might get more croaky, and that might just be that maybe the first signs are the most blocked, and then as we progress, the signs are getting less and less blocked, or maybe on a different journey or path, or a different level of openness. So we'll see how that goes, but I was asked to say that just to let you know. So what can also happen is that when we are blocked, what people say or these messages that might come across might trigger you in some way. They might just simply not resonate. They might annoy you in some way. They might make you feel sad, uncomfortable. It apply, you know, there's so many emotions that can be applied in that scenario, so everybody will be a little bit different. But when we are blocked, what people say, we tend to either not listen, not want to listen, or it just doesn't sit well with us, or we don't understand it because we're just not there. We're just so for those of you that these readings might just leave you cold and just uninterested, please know that it's not for now. Maybe come back in November or December and listen again, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. So just take things as you feel them, and just know that there is what's the word I'm looking for? There's no need to understand. There's no need to push. There's no need to fight with anything. If anything, when we feel blocked, the best thing we can do is surrender and just let go. So with this energy that I'm getting straight up front, it'll be interesting to see how the cards play out. So I will put timestamps below so you can skip the introduction if you want to. Because I'm going to be shuffling well and then wanting to sit with the energies for a while, I'm going to do the shuffling speeded up and in fast motion, so then you don't have to sit through it, just so that these videos don't get too long for you. Again, for those of you that are joining me that have been here before, thank you so much. I love this little community that we're building together, and I love the energies that you bring forth. And for those of you that are new, welcome. I hope you find something that is useful, and I hope this little community brings you some love, joy and support. Let's get started in the reading. Welcome Libra. So we have October, November and December. Look at these purple and blues, very crown, third eye, throat chakra energy. Beautiful. So we start October with vibration. Oh, excuse me. Your vibration is being raised to higher levels. You are connected to cosmic intelligence. This card has come out a bit in these readings actually, and I can completely understand why in yours. Through learning and teaching, you are going to raise your vibration. You are going to gain more clarity, but you're going to give that to others. I just see this loop of you learning something and passing that on, which makes somebody else pass something on to you, which makes you learn something and pass it on. And it's this beautiful kind of exchange of understanding. It's how we raise our vibration, and it's how we actually help raise, well, we can't raise other people's vibrations, but if a person is sad one day, let's say sad or angry about something, and they walk into a room of really high vibrating people, before long they, unless they're really down in the dumps, but their vibration is more likely to raise because the room is full of high vibration. So it will be easier for them to pull themselves out of that low vibrating energy. You can't pull somebody out of a low vibrating energy. So I'm just being asked to say that. So you cannot change the vibration of another. The only thing that can happen is the other feels the higher vibration that you put out or that others are putting out, and they are aware enough that they lift their vibrations to match you. But I really feel in this learning and teaching, you're really surrounded by people that are really matching your vibration. And you're helping each other grow and evolve and change and become more of who you really are. That's the cosmic intelligence. It's your higher self. It's your higher knowing. And it's that higher self that is, well, it's the higher everything, isn't it? It's linked directly to source. It is part of source. And I feel you're going to be really aware when you vibrate on a higher level and when your vibration drops. And that takes a certain level of an awareness, Libra, that I feel you're really going to be tapping into. There's, in all the energies here, there's change. You've got fives and there's choices to be made, but I feel like you're going to have time to work through everything in your own pace, and therefore it's not going to feel jarring. I get the word jarring. You're not going to feel like that. It's not going to feel raw and difficult. It might be challenging, but I don't know, because I think you're really really aware of your vibration. I think when you get too down, you're going to be able to bring yourself back up. And I think, again, because these people that you're associating with, these people that are around you, or just, it could just be a person that's around you, or it could just be energies that are around you. When you lower your vibration, there'll be something to help you, if you so choose, to lift it back up again. You have 57, teaching and learning. Now the 5 is change and the 7 is the number of spirituality. So the 5 is change. It's taking risks. It's making choices, taking chances, going on an adventure. It can be travel. It's surprises. And 7 is the spiritual number. It's intuition, it's wisdom, it's learning. It's also the number of letting go and letting God. And then you've got the 12, which is the one all about the new beginnings, and change brings new beginnings. Or it can bring endings, but in your case it's bringing new beginnings. Fresh energy, new goals, opportunities. The 2 is, it's patience, it's listening, it's intuition. Very linked with the 7. I like how the 1 is linked with the 5 and the 2 is linked with the 7. So I'm talking the 1 and the 2 because the 5 and the 7 make 12. So we've got the 1 and the 2. And the 2 is diplomacy. It can be new partnerships, but it's balance and trust and peace. And then they come to 3. 3 is the number of joy. It's socializing, it's being social, it's sharing your feelings, it's connecting with others, it's optimism, it's pleasure, it's the number of your creativity and how you express that creativity. And I love how all that is linked with teaching and learning. And I really feel that this card is saying that there will be times, Libra, that you will be the teacher, and there are times that you'll be the student, and you're going to be one and then the other and one and then the other. And there's going to be a dynamic to it. I don't know, I get a real sense of partnership, of sharing, a real sense of sharing, community even. sense of help is there when you need it, and then you're the help that somebody else needs. But it's not burdensome. It's not, burden is really the word that I'm looking for. It doesn't make you think, oh, gotta help them again. No, it just flows. And I feel that at times you'll be the teacher and you won't even realize it. And somebody will teach you something. You'll learn something from another, and it's only a little while later that you'll think, oh, that's the answer I was searching for, or that's like the missing link to my puzzle, or something like that, the missing piece to my puzzle. It's that kind of energy. It's very flowy. It just natural, actually, is what I'm looking for. It just flows naturally. You're not going to stand there above somebody going, now I just want to tell you it's about this. No, it's not that kind of teaching, and it's not somebody doing that to you, not somebody pushing their opinions onto you, or you pushing, what you believe onto another. It's not that at all. It's just in natural conversations that you're going to help each other. And I feel that you will get this from spirit as well, that you'll be connecting to your higher self, and your higher self will be teaching you, and your physical self will be learning, your mind will be learning. So it's a beautiful balance. It's actually, the energy around it is actually very beautiful, Libra. I hope I've managed to put forth what a lovely energy it is, a very nurturing kind of energy. And then you have the world, beautiful, and it says a brilliant success, a time of joyful accomplishment and spiritual enlightenment, freedom to do whatever you want, be proud of yourself. And the world is, it's the end of your of the Fool's journey. It's the end of a journey. It's the completion of a whole cycle with all the knowledge and wisdom that you gain from that past journey. There are things you need to let go of and leave behind, and there are things like wisdom that you take forth into your next journey. And it is a time of celebration. It's a time of achievement. It's a time of blending how you have awakened spiritually with how you have grown in the reality of the world, how you have grown as a person. And I feel the world card here is to say, whatever happened before this point was just for you to learn. And I'm wondering, so you could then move forward and teach others. Libra, I want to say, I feel like you've been through a huge learning curve. A huge awakening, really. And that can be on whatever level, however that plays out in your life. But I feel like I get the sense that, it's been a journey. And like all journeys, some good bits, some bad bits, some bits that you never want to do again. And they're the ones that often teach us the most. So we do need to be grateful for them. And I'm so drawn to the infinity symbol, because I just feel that now the world is your oyster. You are at a point now where you stand at the doorway of infinite possibilities. And I'm looking at the first card for November is choice. You get to choose. Where do you go from here? And the minute I said that, I just got upwards and onwards. And of course, I feel as well with the angel here, you're being guided, Libra. You're definitely being guided on this journey. And it's, be joyful. It hasn't been easy, and you know, we get scrapes and bruises along the way, metaphorically speaking, hopefully. And you know, we do get down, and we do have to sort of dust ourselves off. But I feel that the World card here is to say it hasn't been for nothing, and it never is for nothing, so we should never ever think of that. But it's just reminding you to celebrate, reminding you to be grateful, reminding you, wow, you did it. You did it. And then to start November, you've got choice. By staying conscious in your thoughts, you guide your journey in the direction of choice. Our thoughts can really play tricks on us, can't it? Especially when we're making choices and changing direction, or starting a new direction on our journey, taking a new, well, starting a whole new journey for you, Libra. Our mind can bring forth doubts and fears and all the reasons why we shouldn't. And it's just trying to protect us. So it's nothing that needs to be shut away or ignored, or, well, not ignored, because you want to look, because by understanding where your fears come from, you can work through them, you can work past them. So we don't want to ignore our fears, we don't want to ignore our feelings, but we don't want to fall into them either. We don't want to drown in them. This choice card is basically saying, when you know where your thoughts lead you, when you know, oh, my thoughts have fallen into doubt, my choices that I'm going to make now, if I make a decision now, I'm going to make it from a place of doubt, or I'm going to make it from a place of fear, or I'm going to make it from a place of lack. Now, we really don't want to be making our decisions from those places, because then the choices that we'll make will not be enlightened ones. They won't be ones that our soul or our heart is guiding us to. They'll be ones where we can play it safe, where we can stay in our comfort zone, but they're the ones that tend to keep us blocked and stuck. So there'll be choices, Libra, that you need to make, and Spirit's saying here, before you make the choice, where is your mind at? Where are your thoughts guiding you? Pause and have a look. Is the choice I'm making going to bring me closer to my dreams or further away from my dreams? And if you can make your choice with an open heart and in alignment with your dreams and goals, with this new journey, there'll be no doubt. You will have clarity when you make your decisions, and you will make good and true choices. Choices that guide you in the direction that you want to go. And Spirit is helping you. You're going to have synchronicities that are at play. You'll just have those opportunities or those chance encounters that just come out of the blue. And I love, you've got 5 and 7 change and the spiritual number. You have 8 is your personal power number, and you have spiritual number. You have 5 is a spiritual number, and 6 is the harmony, taking responsibility, love, home number. I love these numbers together because it is the tangible and the untangible. It's taking chances for your life, for your spiritual path. Now, this is 15 as well, so the 1 is the new beginnings, the 5, change again. And then you've got a 6 again. So the numbers are really quite repetitive. I mean, look at that, you've got 11, a double 1, which comes to a 2. You had a 2 with the 12 here. And the 2 is that balance, patience, peace, intuition card number. So there's a real balance, Libra, between your spirituality and your reality. And I feel like there's a blending of them. You are going to realize, you are going to see, or you are going to be able to implement how you can be your spiritual self in your everyday life. How there doesn't have to be moments where you're spiritual and moments where you're just in reality. You can be your authentic self in both areas at all times. These synchronicities, I feel, are going to bring you a real level of understanding. You're going to see them, and you're not just going to say it's luck. You're not just going to feel lucky. You may initially, but after it's happened a few times, you're going to be a little bit in awe of how the universe works. And that's a channeled message. That is not really what the cards are saying, that it has just come. You will feel in awe. And the most magical part of that, Libra, is that you are awake enough to see it. That's magic. When you can feel and understand the enormity of how synchronicities happen, everything that needs to be aligned for that chance meeting or that opportunity to just be there right at this moment, and we co-create with Spirit. That means Spirit does a bit, we do a bit. And this reading is all about the blending of the two. It's blending your spirituality with your reality. It's blending you with the universe, with God, with Spirit, with Source. It's a real higher understanding, higher connection. And then we have the Four of Swords to finish off November, and it says insights that come from meditation, the need to rest or take a vacation, allow yourself more time before making a decision, mental exhaustion, get more sleep. I feel for you, Libra, in this reading. The Four of Swords is taking all the energies and finding quiet time where you can reconcile them. And by that I mean where you can bring them together, where you can, you know, these synchronicities, you might say to yourself, wow, I can't believe that happened. And then in a quiet moment, you might think, wow, a lot of things had to come about in order for it to happen exactly the way it did. And I just had the word thank you. I find that you are going to say thank you a lot between now, so October, November, December, between now and the end of the year. I feel there's going to be a lot of gratitude in you, Libra. I just feel, and it's not because your life is going to be so easy, but because I think even when you have a challenge, you'll see the worth in the challenge. You'll see the gift in the challenge. And you will say, oh, thank you. And I really feel that heartfelt. I really feel that like, oh, thank you. Really, thank you. And it's this in moments of meditation or just quietness, finding time and a space of peace for yourself where you can take off your armor. And I see that in your reading, Libra, as putting the world, the outside noise aside for a moment. Because there's a lot to take in. You'll be learning, you'll be growing, you'll be changing, you'll be letting go, you'll be making decisions. And it might actually be, none of these energies scream speed or upheaval. You do have a lot of change though. You do have a lot of fives. So some may feel a bit like upheaval. But if you can take this quiet time, next card is patience. If you slow down, the world, I'm really seeing the armor in this, and I'm really seeing that as the noise of the world. The noise of the world will try and drag you out of your centeredness. And I feel the way I'm seeing this Four of Swords, it's saying you will need to close the door on the outside world at times, to recharge, to realign yourself, to become centered again. Take that time. There is no screaming rush between now and the end of the year. There is nothing to hurry about. Going into December, you have patience. Be patient and allow destiny to unfold at its own pace. And it will. You have change, you've got another 5, and you've got another 6. You've got the 6 of Swords, which is leaving behind things that no longer serve you. Synchronicities, if we are rushing around 1,000,000 miles an hour, the likelihood of us missing the synchronicities increases by whatever percentage you're rushing around by. I've just made that up, but let's go with it. Things have to align, and it's not, I mean, the universe is everything, all powerful. If it wants a synchronicity to come to you, it will make it happen. That's not the issue. Where the issue is when we're rushing around, we tend to have head down, bottom up, and we're going for it. We don't see them. We're often likely to knock the synchronicity out of the ballpark, to scatter all that energy that's been created for us, so it dissipates, and it's the opportunity or the chance is not there anymore. And then the universe has to try and regroup everything for us. For you, Libra, I don't think you're going to struggle with patience this month. I think you understand. I think you understand the importance that patience plays in it, and especially with this. I'm wondering, I'm sorry, Libra, I have our neighbours are renovating, so there is a little bit of noise next door. I'm wondering with this synchronicity card, I'm wondering if every time you are called to be patient, something works out in your favour. Did you get every red light on the way to work, and then when you get to your job you just meet somebody that you needed to speak to? Or, you know, something like that. So you might find that if you are racing around, the universe will put up the red lights. It will slow you down, because these synchronicities, it wants you to see them, and you will see them, Libra. You really will. But just, I feel like the patience, for some of you it is harness your patience, because for some of you, you may not want to be patient, but for the majority of you, and so that'll be the universe giving you the red lights to go, hey, hang on a minute, no, slow down. But for the majority of you, it's just a little reminder that synchronicities happen when we're aligned, and being aligned means we're patient. We're not always pushing and forcing, and for starters, that's exhausting. And often we find ourselves pushing and forcing things in the wrong direction. Then you have 56, relationship change. Now, again, like I said before, 5, all about your changes. The 6, now 6 is about family, it's love, it's about harmony, relationships. This could play out, colleagues, it can play out with your family, with your friends, with your partner. It could just be as well, I'm getting a change of dynamics. So apply that to how it fits with you. So it doesn't necessarily mean that all your relationships are going to end. For some of you, it may very well. It may very well. There's a lot of 5s in your reading, so it may very well. And you've got the 6 of Swords, which is moving to calmer waters. But for the majority of you, I feel that it's the change of dynamics. So are you getting a promotion at work? That will change dynamics. If you've been a stay-at-home parent, are you going back to work? That will change the dynamics in the house. Are you expecting a child? Are you starting a new family? And therefore, one of you will be a stay-at-home parent. Changes the dynamics. So it can play out like that, and that's a very, very minute kind of examples, but it can play out with friendships. It can play out with, you know, you might be moving, or family or friends might be moving, and that's going to change the dynamics. Now, because the 6 is the number of harmony, so I don't feel, even if this is an ending of a relationship that could be painful, I still feel that on some level it will be okay, it will be harmonious, and it will, I don't know why I'm getting the feeling that it will bring some level of peace. So maybe is the other person moving away to achieve their dream, or has the maybe romantic relationship, has it been stagnant, and did it maybe die a long time ago, but neither partner was willing to accept it, and now one partner has stepped forward and said, you know what, we deserve better, And even though it causes pain, I think if you're the one leaving or if the other person's the one leaving, I think both of you can acknowledge that there is so much truth in that, and that you both deserve love, genuine companionship. And this comes to the double ones. So this is new beginnings. So this is relationship change that really brings something new out of it. The double one. And then that comes to a 2. And that's beautiful, because that's the balance. That's the peace. That's the intuition. The 2 is also new partnerships. So when the dynamics of our current partnerships change, it enables new ones to come in. Ones that will be more aligned with you. And I feel that that's what this 6 of Swords is saying. There'll be change and there'll be movement. But it's from choppy waters and dark clouds to the blue sky and calm waters. It's a good thing. The card says, the end of challenging times. Things are looking up. A welcome relief. Finding your way to a peaceful place. The end of depression or an illness. Travel or relocation. It really, really ties in with this relationship change. But it will be a welcome relief, and not for all of you. Maybe initially there might be. 5 can be surprise, and in its less favourable side it can be a bit of a shock. But I think, Libra, if you're very honest, I think you will have seen, you will understand it. I'm not going to say you have seen this coming. I don't believe that to be true, but I think you can acknowledge that there's truth behind this, the way this relationship's changing. But it can still make us feel sad. It can still make us feel like, oh, we're going into the unknown. That's fine. The unknown that you're going to is more peaceful. And it says things are looking up. This change will bring relief, and it will bring new beginnings. Be patient with yourself, Libra, and those around you. I'm going to leave you with those messages, my friends. Love and light. Thank you again so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.